Life imitating art, art imitating life. It's good to be back though. Hello, I'm Adam Paul Morgan. Thank you for clicking on to what is a vlogging Adam video, which I haven't done one in such a long time. I haven't done a video in a long time because of life imitating art and art imitating life. So yeah, if you're one of the regular viewers, thank you so much for your patience and thank you for clicking on. But if you are one of the new videos who've come across, maybe to have a look at I, Daniel Blake, and give my sort of DVD or Blu-ray thoughts. Very good DVD, very good feature about Ken Loach, the director, about his way of directing films. But really, I didn't know much about Ken Loach, but I had watched some of his films in the past and didn't even realise it was him. Moving on, now Daniel Blake, he had a heart attack in the story, which meant he had to sort of claim sort of sickness welfare. But he didn't get that and he was told to go on job seekers allowance, even though the doctors have told him he cannot work. He cannot work for his health. Bit different in my story, where I was made redundant a good while ago, but then on the day that I was supposed to be paid, my final payment, the administrators for this company had frozen all the claims. Gits. So I was like, oh no, I'm not going to get paid. But then the lovely woman at the human resources who I spoke to, and I felt really sorry for her because she had to phone up nearly 800 people. I presume she wasn't the only one phoning up, but I presume she had nearly 800 plus people to phone up and say, I'm very sorry, you're not getting paid. This is what's happened, but here's how you can get the money. And basically I was told to apply online. It's simple for me because I know computers, but there's a lot of people in this world similar to this character here who don't know how to use a computer. Not really any fault of their own. They never had computers back in their day when they was at school. It's just the way that times are moving on. Like smartphones. Apparently you're allowed mobile phones now. When I was at school, if you got caught with your mobile phone out to send a text message, now it's all Facebook or Snapchat or Instagram. There's so many things I don't even know about these days. It's sort of acceptable. But back in my day, if you had your phone out to send a text, you had that phone confiscated and you had to get your parents to write a letter to the school to get your phone back. That's what it was like, but now apparently you can just willy-nilly get your phone out. It's not a big issue anymore. Yet nearly every job I've had, you're not allowed a mobile phone on you. I don't know, times have changed. But sort of this character here, it's very funny how the story was it's not far from the truth. A bit different to my story, but not far from the truth at all. Whereas these fellas that the Job Centre Plus, they're absolute horrible to people. It's the only way I can describe them. They are horrible to people. I don't know if they're told to talk down to people. I really don't know. I've heard stories. And there was a time many moons ago when I had to go on job seekers before, but I was young, I was drunk most of the time, and I didn't really pay much attention to it now. But now as a grown-up, sort of, I've got all Star Wars toys and everything here. As a grown-up, it's all very different now. How it was. Obviously, I did not want to go on job seekers. I didn't want to lose my job. It's all beyond my control. It was a good job. I was only there for 3 months as well, so I'm not entitled to any redundancy money. But things like holiday pay, the wages that I work, the overtime that I work, I'm still entitled to that. But I probably won't see that for another 6 weeks, if I'm lucky, if I get it at all. But the I, Daniel Blake, in a nutshell, he was ill, as I've probably rambled on before, and he had to go and claim, wasn't allowed it, then he had to go to the job centre. But in order to get his job seekers allowance, even though he was told he shouldn't be working for his health, he had to go on one of these little courses where you are told by a smug git. Now, it's the only way I could describe him, and the guy who was me was a bit different to what's in the film. The guy in the film's like really, he's in a suit. How long would an employer look at your CV? For about 5 seconds, and that is a fact. Or resume. But with me, it was slightly different because it's from a different area. So, it was really important that you get your CV and make yourself look presentable to an employer. I'm like, oh God, I was basically taught how to suck eggs from some muppet. It really was stupid. It's like, I've been in the management position where I've interviewed people and employed people. I've even employed someone who later on became my boss. Funny how the world changed. Good for them. I hope they're doing very well for themselves, even if she was a bit of a nasty. But moving on, going on to sort of my story for this. This is how slightly disorganised they are. There's no communication throughout them at all. I was sent this letter, and it is from those Muppets there. I'll just try and cover up as much details. If you see, my national insurance has been covered up there to the best of my ability. But if you just read that there, that says it replaces all original appointments. Now, every 2 weeks when you have to go and see these Muppets, you do have to sort of sign on and prove what sort of work you've been doing. Now, I was sent that later, and I was confirmed by another member of one of these Muppets to say, no, that's the one you go to, and that's the one you see. Now, I never actually received any benefits up to this point, at all. Yet, when I found an employment, oh, by the way, I've been offered 2 positions. Smugface. Since all this has been going on, I made the phone call to say, oh yes, I found a job, no longer seeking job seekers allowance, blah blah blah. I hadn't received a penny, and she's on the phone. Oh yes, we'll try and do this for you by the end of the month, and then you'll get this. And I think, yeah, whatever. I'm literally starting work now. Phone down. Oh, fabulous. But an ambulance has just gone by. I do live next to a small road called the M6, so I do apologise if any sound comes up. But moving on. I got a phone call later. I'm just about to start work, and I said, it says on our records that you've not attended one of the sign-on sessions, so you won't be getting paid for the previous 4 weeks. Sorry, but I have a letter to say that. This letter to say that I shouldn't go in. Didn't have to go in. I had to explain the story. And she goes, oh, if you could go to the actual job centre by 5 o'clock today, you'll be able to do it. I was at work. I was at work till 6. There was no way of me getting in. But really, it was just this film, and I would recommend see it, just to sort of show what the people at the job centre are like. There is 1 or 2 nice ones there, but they don't really get involved. But here's a little thing. Iron Maiden fan, yeah? The day I went in the suit, these big... I'm trying to think of the word without using the swear words. I'm just trying to save myself a bit of editing time. These sort of... brainless zonks, I don't know if that's the correct way of describing them, but those brainless idiots who've got their little security tag on their arm to say that it can knock someone out. They're just vile to people. I went in the suit because I had an interview. Didn't even say a word to me. I went in the next time I had to go into one of these meat training sessions. I wore my Iron Maiden t-shirt. As soon as I walked in, every one of them pounced on me, going, excuse me, where are you going? Can I see some identification, please? Are you sure? Who's told you to say anything? Absolutely incredible. Really is incredible, but it's just a funny story. But sort of moving back on with the channel now. Brilliant film, as I've said many times before. I've started one position, I have been offered another one, so I've really got to sort of think which is the better one. And because of social media policy, I can mention where I work, but I'm not allowed to talk about it. So I think just for the Adam and Paul Morgan YouTube practicing policy, I'm not going to mention where I work. But I've been offered 2 positions, very similar to each other. Both of them are not in retail, and they pay very well. But if I take one, YouTube is gone. I won't be able to do YouTube. If I choose the other one, which I'm currently working, I can continue to do this. So I think I'm going to pick that one, to be honest with you, because I enjoy doing it and I get quite a bit of time off. And there's only £10 a week difference, and I'm happy with that, but that's the way it goes. So, yes, I'm back. I'll be back to doing my regular thing over the next few weeks, because I'm going to have to take a bit of time to settle down to the new job. It's very long hours, but I do get quite a lot of time to do this. So, yeah, dislike the video now. I'm Adam Paul Morgan. Thank you very much for watching. And for those who are wondering when the top 5, my favourite top 5 video games of all time is going to be done, I'm going to edit it the second I've finished doing this. I'm Adam Paul Morgan. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one. It's my birthday next week, so I'm having next week off. Bye.